There we are. I think I've saved the worst till last. I wish I'd done this one first. As I said, I'm just struggling at the moment with a bit of pins and needles in my fingers. I've been leaning against the tabletop and cuts off the circulation a little bit. But we'll soldier on. We soldier on. Yes. So what I said I was going to do is go into the green. Which one was it? It's Castellan green, wasn't it? So we'll get a little bit of this, a little bit more of this on the pallets. The Castellan green, which went in there, and pop some over here, and into that we'll put some of the Screaming Skull. And we'll just touch up areas here where that really bright green has gone, because we don't want it looking so bright. There we are. And then we'll do the same on the back. I know it's still the same tone, but it's not the same brightness. If you get my drift, so it's not as vivid. It's a bit more muted, so it's just not going to stand out as much, I don't think. And if it does, we can always pull it back down with another wash. Next thing we're going to do is the bow, which we did originally with the Doombull Brown. So we'll go back into that, and for that we will just go and do the middle areas of the bow and not the very edges, and also not the areas that are going to be out of sunlight. I'm saying sunlight, of any light source. So though we're going to keep dark this area here, we'll keep quite dark, and the same at the very bottom, and we're not going to go right to the very edge either. There we go. And we may even take a little bit of that, a little bit of the Screaming Skull, lighten it up a bit, and just go pick out a few high points. Like so. I'm putting it on, then gently wiping it off, so it doesn't actually, it just smudges it, it doesn't remove the colour completely, because it might, I'm thinking it just might be a nice little effect. That will do. Next, the scabbard, which we did with Corn Red. I'm going to use a lighter red for that. I'm going to use Evil Sun's Scarlet. And all we're just going to do for that is just, it's not the scabbard, it's the quiver. I'm just going to just touch in little bit here and there. Just to show that red colour popping through. Then the scabbard we can do, and that colour, let's not mix anything, let's try a pretty thin amount of scrag brown. Nope, that's one of the ones that went. Let's not try scrag brown, let's try a different one. Steel Legion drab. So I'm just going to get a bit on a brush. Don't want too much. Oh, heck. Wipe on, wipe off, and then just there we are. That's that done. Now let's add a little bit more of the Screaming Skull into the skin colour. Let's put more of that skin flesh. There we go. And here we'll just go along and add a few much paler highlights to certain areas, not going over all of the previous area that we've done. There we go. And again, I'm stippling this on, I'm not brushing it on. So all this is made up of little dots. So you're going to see the old colour coming through anyway. But it's a good way. Basically what I'm doing is that, putting very close and very fast. A fast way of doing it, so there's no thought or anything that's going in, no conscious thought as to where it's going, it's just being applied. So we're just trying to, as I say, highlight all the areas of the legs. There we go. Now I'm going to start just touching on different areas rather than dotting, because I'm going to say that. Yeah, I wanted it in a specific place, so dotting it like this, you can get it sort of like going slightly, or stippling like this, you can get it in slightly the wrong place. But when you want to be more precise about it, make sure you put the brush where you want it, and either stroke or just press and release. Yep. And we might add a little bit more of a highlights to it than what we have already. I think that's mainly it. There's only a couple of things now we have to do. First of all, going back to the Steel Legion job, I think I'm going to make use of this. That's better. It's actually come up to the surface now. I think I'm going to make use of this on these bits down at the bottom here. Just like so. And so that's what I'm going to just paint them, because some of these actually haven't been covered by the wash somehow. Which puzzles me. The wash just hasn't stuck. Next, we also have the ones around the wrist here. We'll do them as well. And I think that is it. Oops, hang on a second. We have that there. And finally, the well, not finally, penultimately, we have the arrow shafts. They're going to be done in the let's give it a good shake and see if this helps. The Elysian green, we're going to bring that out. And I'm going to see if we can get the arrow flights going this colour. There we go. Now, I think I'm just going to touch up a little on some areas of the flesh with a much brighter flesh colour. Her nose forehead, cheekbone, anywhere where you think this would work, and pop it on. On the extreme highlights, or the extreme raised areas. Don't put this everywhere. And after this, what I'm going to do is the hair, and for that we're just going to get, or she's just going to get rather, a wash, and we're going to get a wash of Nuln Oil. I just want to see how it works. That's the green shade. Where's Nuln Oil? Is that one of the smaller tubs? I can't remember. That many blooming washes now. No, that's Ashen Grey. Yep. Just one of the smaller tubs. Nuln Oil. And hopefully that works well. I think is though I am not happy really with the skin tone on this mini, so we're going to go back to washing again. This time the wash is going to be where I can find it, the Reichland Flesh shade. I've put it somewhere because I had it earlier. Where are you? You're there. There we go. That's it, Reichland Flesh shade. And this wash is for all the skin tone, so I'm going to use a slightly narrower brush. And it's just, this is just to try and bring the skin tones together. That extra little bit of shadow where it's needed. I'm also going to go over this part here. But I'm not going to go over anywhere that isn't skin with this. Unless of course I decide it's needed. I'll go over the belts, that'll be fine. I'll go over that little strap there, that'll be fine. I'll go over this here, because all we did was just paint it, we didn't actually put any highlight on it. So I'll just have that little bit of so I'm looking for a little bit of shadow into it. It's just occasionally you'll get these models that you just don't want to play, so you have to go that little bit extra with some stages, and they don't quite work out how you want them. A wash usually helps in that matter. Now yeah, if needed we'll have to come back and just add a touch more highlights, but I should be okay. Should bring everything together now. Just make sure you don't allow it to pull too much. Right. And that's Atalanta. I'm really sorry about this mini. It's not the way it's not gone the way I'd hoped. It's not one of the better models I've been painted. It's not one of the better models in the series, but hopefully you've enjoyed what I've done. I just need to get that brush again, dry it off a little because it's pooling a bit there. That's not what I need it to do. I'll just spread it out. Right. So see what it's like when it dries. If it needs it, I may do another highlight on the skin. I think the face will probably need it. But that's all we're doing for this mini. As I said, I've not enjoyed this one because of dodgy mould lines, the poor moulding, and the poor amount of detail that's on it, and plus the fact that I made the wrong choice with the initial wash. But well, I hope you've enjoyed the videos anyway. This is Atalanta. Until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.